Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Yes, yes. So if you can see me and hear me, let me know how the broadcast looks on your side. I'm not real sure about this whole StreamYard thing. Um, I'm still fairly new at this, so we'll see how it goes. If I have any issues. So it is Thursday. Hey, Mickey, how are you? I'm so glad to see you here. So it is Thursday, the 29th day of April, and the weekend is almost here. Um, so I have had a pretty busy week, can I tell you? Yep. I was able to join a live stream last night as a guest on Prep For It's channel, Oily, and Mouse Toes was there, and I had a fabulous time on that live stream. So hello, Garden State Gardener, how are you? Awesome to see you here. So I am considering restarting my ladies' night chats on occasion on my channel. That was stopped before. Um, and I think that I'm going to start having guests on my channel again. I really enjoyed those chats. And I think there was a lot of useful information put out there. And it is a way for, hey, Miss Pat, how are you? My favorite Miss Pat. Oh, my goodness. Yep. But it is a way for like-minded ladies to come together to discuss things that are pertinent to homesteading, to prepping, um, and exchange ideas and, put awesome information out there, and a way to build community that I really miss. I have missed that not being on my channel. So I think that despite the warnings, I'm going to start having them again. So it will be in the next couple of weeks when I am on the Arkansas property. So what is up with the Arkansas property? Yes, poor Josh. Oh my goodness. He has been going back and forth to Tennessee to bring everything um, from Tennessee. He got everything here in Arkansas. I'm, of course, you know, back at mom's. Mom Slayer, hello, beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to see you here. My chats are my thingamajiggies in this uh, StreamYard thing is lagging just a little bit. Anyway, so I'm still at mom's. I left Erica's and came back to mom's so I could meet with the attorney, and we have completed the Louisiana process of her will. Now we have to work on the Arkansas part of her will, right? The Arkansas property was willed from my mom to me and my two brothers. And my two brothers don't have any desire to have anything to do with the Arkansas property. So I'm fixing to sneeze. Excuse me. How graceful was that on the live stream? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, so we're done with the Louisiana portion of Mom's will. Now I've got to do the Arkansas portion. And it takes a separate attorney. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. It takes a separate attorney. It's a whole separate process than the Louisiana property, which is this house, right? The house and land here on the lake is the Louisiana part of her estate. The Arkansas property where my cabin is the Arkansas portion of her estate. So we got, I paid to have a water meter put in at that property. And my big fifth wheel camper is there. Josh's camper is there. The other two campers are there. They're not hooked up, but they are on the property. So I paid to have a water meter put on the property, and it was $1,000 to have the water meter put in. I like to fell out. You know, I thought surely they were joking, but no, they were serious. So $1,000 for the water meter. And then, and then we started researching septic. Now, we just paid for septic on the Tennessee property, and it cost us about $5,000 to have the septic put on Josh's property in Tennessee. Arkansas, on the other hand, you think that, oh, they don't have the regulation where you have to do a state inspected septic when you have over 10 acres, and we have 13 there. So we meet that guideline where we don't have to have a state inspected septic system. But there is a little hidden guideline in the fine print that your field line has to be 200 feet from either property line. So the problem with the Arkansas property is at the front where the campers are and the electricity and the water. It's not, it's thin, it's narrow at the front, and it gets wider as it goes back, right? So the septic has to be manipulated to make sure that I stay within the guidelines of that exemption where I don't have to have it state inspected. And that is to stay 200 feet away from each property, each side. So the septic for the Arkansas property is going to end up costing me $7,623. Yeah. Yeah, so that is why when we were told that there was not a state inspected septic requirement if you have over 10 acres, that's why I was told, go get 2 barrels and some rocks and just put you in a septic system. That's why they said that. Yeah. I said, no, I'm not doing 2 barrels and some rocks. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. You know, I could take a chance and do the 2 barrels and some rocks for septic. But if you are caught, that is where they get you. They come and pull your meter, your water meter, and you are not allowed to have water on the property. And besides, on top of that, I would prefer to have, I guess I'm getting, I'm not so much of an outlaw anymore, and I want a correctly operating septic system on the property. Yes. Hey, Jay, how are you? So, $7,000, what the heck, you know, go for it. Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be, $7,000. But I won't have any concern about anything causing me any problems, right? You know, I won't have any problems with, it's going to be a big enough septic system to handle every stinking camper that we decide to put on that property. If we put 15 campers on there, it's going to be big enough to handle it. So that's an advantage, right? Yeah. So that's what we're looking at. Yes. Yes. Hey, Threads and Jars, how are you? I am able to see your comments, lady. That is wonderful. Yes, I don't know. Well, the first thing that they do is come and pull your water meter. If you are caught violating the septic guidelines that give you that exemption, right? So, you know, it's all good to have over 10 acres and not have to have a state inspected septic system. You think, oh, well, I'm good to go, right? But if you're caught, not only um, do you not have septic, right? Because they're going to make you fix it or else, right? You won't have water if you don't fix it. They'll pull the water meter. Yeah. I have not, Threads and Jars. I have not. It is in Arkansas. It's closer to me. But I have not been able to go to the Arkansas property for any length of time while Josh is going back and forth between Arkansas and Tennessee getting all of our stuff, right? He's been making back-to-back trips. So, no, not yet. But, so I'm pretty excited about that. Spicy said that the chicks that he bought or ordered or whatever, the Brahmas, they are doing fine. I don't have them. I don't have them yet. You know, when I get to the Arkansas property, which I hope will be this weekend, my internet seems to be working fine. I use the hotspot for work, right? So I should be able to take it to the Arkansas property and not have any issues. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. It's almost over. This ordeal with Mom's estate is almost over. And I'm really, really glad. For those of you that just came in, I was talking about, you know how I used to, on my Rural Readiness channel, I would have ladies' night chats. So I was able to join a chat last night with Prep For It and Mouse Toes, and I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed that chat. So I'm going to start doing ladies' night chats on my channel again, because I really enjoyed those chats, and I enjoyed the camaraderie and the community and the relationships with the ladies that were on my chat. And there will be no overseer to tell me to stop. So, but I will do that when I get to the property, so that, you know, I will have topics and things to discuss. And I don't have that here. I can tell you my plans and what I want to do. But so in my life, I have had, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, or I want to do. And that's not, you know, I can tell you my plans and what I would like to do. Not doing it yet is an issue for me. I don't like talking about it unless it's happening, right? Just like the water meter and the septic, you know. I need for it to be happening before I bring it to discuss the issues and put the information out there. So if you have land in Arkansas and you have over 10 acres, then you are exempt from having the state inspected septic system, which is good in a way. But for a piece of property that starts out narrow and gets wider as it goes back, it creates some complications that you don't think about. So, and I just want a proper operating septic system. So that's the route that I'm going. And The big fifth wheel is there. Josh's camper is there. Like I stated, for those of you that just came in, and the septic system is going to be big enough to handle whatever camper I put on the property. I could put 15, doesn't matter. So I'm pretty excited. And then the cabin is over in the back next to the pond. And I will get to work on that and have my wood cook stove and all there. So I hope to do some outdoor cooking. I'm going to be cooking on my wood cook stove. Absolutely, I am. Hopefully, I'll remember to turn the camera on and bring y'all along for that because that's something that brings me joy. You know, it makes me happy. So hopefully, I'll remember to bring y'all along with that. I'm really excited about that. So, other than that, you know, work is killing me. I'm still working on the instructor certification so that I will have a backup to the backup to the backup for the income. I am my only income. So the instructor certification will give me a retirement income that I can use when I decide to retire. So making plans for old age. Yep. So I'm pretty excited about that too. And Spicy is chomping at the bits for me to get there. He sent me a message and said that he wants to bring his father-in-law's tractor and bush hog to the property to bush hog the whole thing. And I said, well, we have a tractor. You know, I don't think that's necessary to bring a tractor and bush hog in when we already have a tractor. So, so you might catch video of old Discover Sustainable, fat girl from Louisiana out there on a tractor. That's all right. I will do it. I will do it. Yep. That is my thought. That is my thought. I've resigned myself that you can't depend on someone else to take care of you. So I'm going to do it myself. And we talked about a craft shed where I can do the sewing and the quilt making, you know, to have room to be able to do that sort of thing. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be, you know, well, my plan is, if I can arrange it financially, right, is to have a building the same size as my cabin. Not necessarily a cabin, but, you know, like a craft shed. If I don't go the cabin way of things, they're less expensive. And Josh said he was going to take care of that for me and get it up and running. So I'm super excited about being able to make quilts again and do sewing and things like that. I have an old treadle sewing machine, no electricity, right? But I also have, you know, a regular sewing machine. It's nothing fancy, but I've made some pretty awesome quilts with that. So having room to be able to do that again is something I'm looking forward to. These are the things that, you know, make me happy. So chickens and gardens, and I won't have to buy eggs anymore. That is a goal. That is a goal, not to have to buy eggs anymore. Yes, he is. He is so stinking hard-headed. I have no idea where he gets that from, but he's hard-headed. Anyway. Yep. So, other than that, let me think, what else? What else? There's nosy people in Arkansas, in the small town. And they have lots of questions, right, about what's going on, because the property in Arkansas has been in our family. Hey, JIT, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. The property has been in the family for a long time, right? And it was passed down from my mom's husband's family, his grandfather, to his father, to him, to my mom, to us, me and my brothers, basically me, because my brothers don't even know how to get to the property, so they don't care. And there are questions about the people in that small town, what I'm doing, right, and what my plans are, and I have kind of put a quietness to the questions, right? You know, thank you very much, JHT. You're so sweet. Yeah, yep. If you were 60 years younger, you would ask Josh to marry you. Yeah, Josh is a pain in the butt now. I'm not gonna lie. Baby Nathan is doing fabulous. He is doing fabulous. Now, let me tell you about baby Nathan, right? My daughter is dark complected. Spicy is dark complected. Josh, on the other hand, took after his mama, right? He is not dark complected, and he's not real fair, but he's got the blue eyes and, whatever. So baby Nathan is dark complected like his mama and his daddy. So when he went to the pediatrician to be checked out, they checked the bilirubin, all of those things. They thought that he possibly looked jaundiced. Yeah. A pediatrician, yes, told Erica, he looks jaundiced. So she had to take him to the big clinic to have him tested to see if he had jaundice. Now, he wasn't. His lab work came back fine. I said, does he not know what a dark complected baby's complexion looks like? He is not yellow, right? He's dark. Anyway, Erica has Mexican in her heritage, and Indian, and JD, which is Erica's husband, has Indian in his heritage. So that's where the dark complexion comes from. Yes. No, he's a, operating pediatrician. Full-fledged. I used to code for him a long time ago, or audit him rather. But I'm like, he's not jaundiced, But anyway, let them providers make their decisions, That's what I do all day, is argue with providers, What's the medical necessity? What is it, What do you think is the problem? Anyway. Yep. So he's fine. He is doing fine. He is so wonderful. He's not sleeping through the night. And of course, Erica is tired, right? And Aiden, the oldest one, the one that was beside me in the live stream that I did from her house, he is definitely taking on the big brother role. He has embraced that. He loves to take care of baby Nathan, loves to pick him up, loves to hold him. Logan, on the other hand, will not touch the baby. Logan has that middle child syndrome going on so bad. Yeah. So, yeah, he's not feeling the big brother vibe going on. But it's good. It's good. He's doing great. Hey, Christy, how are you, lady? Yeah. So, I have been researching and looking on the swap shops around the area for any used T-post, so that I can start fencing the property, like a garden area, that sort of thing. And I told Josh, I said, we need to have a fence putting up party, a fence post hammering party. Yep. and get some help hammering all those fence posts in the ground, you know, the T-post and all. So it'll be coming. And if I get to go this weekend, like I would like to, of course I have to take down, like I've got 3 monitors in front of me, right? 2 of them are, well, 3 of them, I've got 4 monitors. 3 of them are work, and 1 is my personal laptop that I don't do any YouTube related stuff on my work system. So if I can get all this taken down and packed up, I would like to go to the property this weekend. And if I can, hopefully I can bring you some footage of that and show you kind of how we've got it all set up and, you know, what the plan is going forward. Because when you start, right, and you don't have a team behind you, trying to figure out the best way to handle those sorts of things can sometimes be tricky, right? I don't necessarily do everything the right way, but in the end, it works most of the time. So it's kind of like that redneck ingenuity comes out a lot. So, yeah, gotta keep on keeping on. Absolutely. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. So something else I wanted to bring up that I'm kind of rolling around in my head, right? I'm unsure which direction I want to go in. So I'm gonna bring it to y'all and tell y'all my thoughts. And if you have any advice to offer, it would be appreciated, right? So you guys know that Callie passed away. Well, I had to have her put to sleep. Let me go ahead and clarify that, okay? And Callie was my right hand dog, you know. She was with me for 13 years. So I'm not going to lie and say I'm not missing having a companion. And hey, Carpenter Self-Reliance, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. So I am debating on getting another dog. I like having a dog. I like having a big dog. I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like them. Let me back up, because I don't want to offend anyone that has like a Yorkie or a Chihuahua or whatever. It's not that I don't like little dogs. Exactly, JIT. It's that I prefer a big dog. For several reasons. Okay. First of all is protection. Callie wasn't necessarily a guard dog, but she did alert me if things were off, right? If things were not right, Callie would alert me. And I miss that about having a dog. So I would prefer a large dog. And I kind of want to have not necessarily a livestock guardian dog or whatever. I kind of want more of a personal guard dog, right? That can kind of alert me if things go awry. So, you know, I talked with Spicy a little bit about it, and the livestock guardian dog that everybody prefers is a Great Pyrenees, right? The problem with a Great Pyrenees is I fear that the Arkansas property is going to be too hot for a Great Pyrenees. You know, we're not in Tennessee anymore. We're in Arkansas, South Arkansas. So it gets warm in South Arkansas. So I don't want a dog that needs cooler weather, that cannot handle the heat. So I think Great Pyrenees is not going to be a dog that I look at. So I've had in my history, when I was a kid, I had a Catahoula cur dog. Okay. A Catahoula cur dog is very protective, of people. This one that I had, he was very protective of me as a child, and he would stand between me and whatever he thought was a threat, right? So I'm kind of considering the Catahoula cur, and there's another reason why I'm kind of considering the Catahoula cur, as a, I don't know, farm dog. Maybe that's a better word for it. Not necessarily a guard dog, but a farm dog. Yeah. Yeah, and I think, from my research, right, the Great Pyrenees needs to be with the flock, right? Well, I don't have a flock, so, you know, I don't think the Great Pyrenees is right dog for me at this time, I will have chickens, yes, but Callie always would let me know if things were not right. And she wasn't necessarily guarding the chickens. She was guarding home. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I don't think Great Pyrenees is the right breed for me. So the Catahoula cur dog, I've had, like I said, I've had a Catahoula cur dog, and they are vicious when they fight. Okay. And there is another reason that I think I'm considering a Catahoula cur dog, is because we are in the South now, and wild hogs are rampant in the South. So, wild hog makes good bacon. Yeah. They are good to eat. They are, a good food source for the area. You have a Pyrenees mix, Christy. That's awesome. So it's a mix. Yeah, that's good to know. But wild hogs are an issue in the South. And I think, my experience with Catahoula curs, they are good hog dogs, right? Yes, they can. Threads and jars, they can. And you have to have a dog that can fight if you have wild hogs in the area, or, protect me, basically, right? I don't have kids or anything like that to worry about. But there are issues with hogs in the area. So another breed that I thought about was a German Shepherd. Y'all know that, the significant other, whatever you want to call him, the mistake, had a German Shepherd that was, yes, that is my thought, Threads and Jars. I can shoot. I can shoot pretty dang well, but I need to have time to get my gun. So he had a German Shepherd that was a military type dog. I don't think I want one trained that way. I think I kind of want a happy medium, right? The German Shepherd is a good dog to have. I don't know that I want to get another lab. I've had 3 chocolate labs. The last 3 dogs that I had were chocolate labs, and they broke my heart, right? So I don't think I want another chocolate lab. You know, The first chocolate lab I had was Hershey, you know. Then I had Kissy, and then I had Callie. So I don't think I want another chocolate lab. So those are the dogs that I'm looking at. You know, the Catahoula Cur, or yes, threats and jars. You get me. Yes, that is it. German Shepherd. I haven't looked at the Great Pyrenees mixes. I don't know if there is a cross that would not suffer in the heat, you know, in the South. Um, yes, yes, Miss Pat, that is my thought. Yep. Um, you know, I want one that I can bring in with me at night, right? But if I, you know, Callie at 2 o'clock in the morning, if she heard something outside that didn't sound right, she would be up and at 'em, right? And all I had to do was open the door and let her out. This is before she got older, and, you know, while she was um, able to do it, right? All I had to do was open the door and let her out, and she would run off whatever it was and allow me time to get what I needed. So that is my thought. I want one that can be brought in with me, and then alert me if anything is not right. And I can open the door and let them out, and then that'll give me time to take care of the you know, security end of the deal, and I can handle it from there. So that's my thought. So if you have advice, I would greatly appreciate it. Um, that's kind of where my thoughts are. Um, but I think I need a dog, and a big dog. Yep, a big one. Although, you know, there are a lot of little dogs that do a lot of barking and alerting or whatever. Um, but I would prefer a large dog that has some weight behind him. You know, that's my thought. Um, to be my sidekick, you know. And I would like to get a puppy um, of whatever kind I decide on. I would like to get a puppy and raise them and train them the way that they need to be trained. Josh did a oh yeah, I bet. Threads and jars. Yeah, that is awesome. Kids loved her, but adults were terrified of her. I love it. I love it. Now I actually saw there is a Facebook page for Arkansas. Let's see, Arkansas and Louisiana is where I've been looking, right? And I actually saw some wolf mix puppies on one of those websites. But you know, I was thinking, wolf, man, my chickens would not make it with that. But you know, I don't know. Um, what are those dogs that are camo colored? Um, Camo colored. I don't know. The only thing that I can now, Catahoula Cur dog is kind of brindle colored. Um, you know, some of them have, you know, spotted fur, different colors. Anyway, I'm not sure, JIT. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my thought. That's what I've been researching. Yeah, brindle. Yeah. I don't want a pit bull. Um, I don't care. I don't care for the pit bull breed. And it is, um, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's with I think that's a lot of it with a lot of big dogs, threads and jars that you have to establish the pecking order, and make them know that you are boss, that you are the ruler. There are dogs that are um, I don't know, not very stable, right? And if you let them get away with things, that it will create problems. So you have to establish that with any dog. I had to do that with Callie when she was a puppy, Yes, pecking order. That was the word I was looking for. Sorry. Yeah. um, but I don't care for the pit bull breed. Um, they um, they scare me, right? I've seen a lot of stories on pit bulls that turn on their owners. And, you know, Erica has a pit bull mix, I guess. He may be full blooded. I'm not sure. He looks like a pit. Um, and you know, he bit Logan while I was there. So I put my foot down with Erica and I said, you need to get that dog out of this house, because if he bites the baby like he bit Logan, Logan is old enough to where, it didn't hurt, and it didn't bother him. But if it had been the baby, that would be a different story. And I told Erica, I said, I will take care of that problem for you if he's not out of this house. Right. So she had to do that. She had to put him out. Um, yeah, that's awesome, Christy. That's awesome. So do you know what these dogs are mixed with? Because I honestly never thought. I know Threads and Jars. She wasn't happy, right? Um, but I'm like, I'm not playing. You get that dog out of here or else. I'm gonna take care of it. Um, I never thought about looking at Pyrenees mixed dog. It never even crossed my mind, to be honest with you. So do you know what yours are mixed with? And, um, you know, does it make them more tolerable of the heat? In the South, well, you're kind of south, not as south as me, but you're kind of south. So that's something to think about. It didn't even cross my mind. So yeah, I think it's time for me to get another dog. Um, so that's what I've been thinking about lately, and researching the different breeds, and um, you know, the kind of qualities that I want in a dog, um, to not be a chocolate lab, right? Um, I don't want another chocolate lab. They are they are awesome dogs. But Callie was my third, and I can't have another chocolate lab. Yep. So it's going to be, something along those lines. Catahoula Cur, German Shepherd, one of those two probably. So go ahead and, and give me your advice. That'll be greatly appreciated for sure. Yeah. Yep. And I'm glad that y'all agree with having the dog. I think it's something that I need, especially since I'm by myself. I think that it's something that I need to help me keep a handle on things that go bump in the night. Yep. Callie was awesome, before she got too old. She would let me know when something was out there. When something was making a noise, she would let me know. And all I had to do was open the door and let her handle it. until I could get my act together and get out the door. Yeah. So, and Callie, believe it or not, she used to be a chicken killer, right? Believe it or not, I had chickens and I had meat rabbits at one time, and I had the big um, meat rabbits, the silver-haired rabbits that are big. Because my thought was at that time in my life, if I wanted to raise meat rabbits, I wanted there to be meat on the rabbit. So the big silver-haired um, silver fox breed of rabbit is what I was raising. They were huge. Okay. Anatolian mix. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. That's scary. Yeah, that's scary. So when I had the meat rabbits, Callie got a hold to some rabbits that got out. She killed every one of them. And the chickens that got out, she killed every one of them. Now, believe it or not, I worked with Callie and broke her from being a chicken eating dog. So if those that tell you you can't break a dog from killing chickens are wrong, because I broke Callie from that. I didn't break her, but I trained her that the chickens were not to be eat. They were our friends. So that's kind of the way that I went with her. I took it real slow and had her under control. And Callie was she was a smart cookie, and she could pick up the concept of what I was trying to teach her very quickly. And she got to where she understood, and she never killed another chicken ever. So if they tell you you can't break a dog from killing chickens, I think that the answer to that is that they're wrong. So thank you, JIT. Thank you very much. Oh, yep. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Linda. That is where I'm at right now. And thank you so much for joining me. That is where I'm at. Yeah. I'm missing having a companion with me, and letting me, sleep soundly, because I know that their ears are perked and they can hear what is going on, and they will let me know if anything happens. If anything's not right, that's what I'm missing. And, Callie was awesome at that. So that is where my thoughts are. Yeah. You are right, Threads and Jars. You're right. Callie wasn't raised to eat chicken at all. And, I was told after she did that they have the taste of chicken and you can't ever get it, can't ever get them over that. But, I did with Callie. So Dagny says to get some geese. Yeah. I'm not too fond of geese. And yeah. Yeah, that's true. Chicken's in the dog food. Ducks, I don't like ducks. Ducks are nasty, and I don't care for, I don't really care for duck eggs. Duck meat is not my preference. Chicken meat is. So I don't know about the geese thing. Yes, that I agree with you, Linda. I don't like it either. I don't like it at all. So that's what I'm giving some thought to. So that'll be coming up as soon as I, set my sights on a dog that I like. And I'm still researching the different breeds and the different qualities of a dog. But that is where my head's at. It's either going to be a Cavalier Cur or a German Shepherd. So we'll see how it goes and what I can find of either one, right? You know, Callie was a female, but I had her fixed. I wasn't interested in breeding her. And if I get a female again, she will be fixed because I'm not into breeding dogs. That's not the goal, you know. So anyway, so that's what I got going on this week. um Like I said, I hope I get to go to the property this weekend and get some footage of how things are set up there. If I can get all this computer junk taken apart and packed up, then um, Ripper, a Jack Russell, and Kush 3-year-old pit bull mix. That's awesome, Mom Slayer. Yeah, if you work with a dog, I think you can. I think, you know, there's another example. It can be done. Yep, it can be done. Me and Callie had some serious conversation. I mean, we was like right here. I'm like, listen here, you know. So, but she was so stinking smart. Golly, I miss her. But hopefully, what I would like to do, this is what I would like to do this weekend. I would like to do a live stream from the Arkansas property, and let you all see how everything is going on the property. I think that would be good. And I like sharing how we do things, you know, and how we're going about establishing that property to be lived on. Thank you, Christy. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I am going to wrap up this live stream, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all make me happy coming to talk to me. And hopefully, you know, in the next couple of weeks, we can get some ladies together and have a discussion on whatever topic we want to talk about. We had so much fun on my Rural Readiness channel with the ladies' night chat, and I miss that. I miss the camaraderie and communication and education, right? A lot of it was education. I miss that. So anyway, hopefully I can get that up and running, and we can have good times. Good times. I will send out a notification, Threads and Jars. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming, how did you get notified for this live stream? The title of the chat will be Ladies Night Chat. So, you know, if you get that notification, then you know that it's going to be a Ladies Night Chat. I don't know that I can have them every week, you know, but I would like to eventually be able to do it just like I did before, you know, have a Ladies Night Chat. I really enjoyed it. Oh, you didn't get notified? Oh, well, dang it. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't get notified a lot of times either. I saw somebody mention on another channel that if you're not getting notifications, to unclick the bell and then go back and click it again. And that may correct the issue with the notifications. I don't know if that works or not. But I'm hoping that you get notified. I would love to have you there. Thank you, Mickey. Quitman, Arkansas. That doesn't ring a bell. So the property is in between El Dorado and Magnolia, Arkansas, if that helps at all, Linda. That's where the Arkansas property is. Yes, yes. Absolutely, Threads and Jars. And hugs to you too, Mickey. Yep. I'm not real sure where Quitman is, and I apologize, but it's the property is in between Magnolia, Arkansas, and El Dorado, Arkansas. So it's way down in the south. Yep. Anyway, y'all, um, I have enjoyed this very much. Yes, Christy. Yes, El Dorado, and you need to come back. You need to come back. Oh, JIT. Yeah. You're so crazy. Oh my goodness. Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all. I have enjoyed this tremendously, and I miss talking to y'all. And I hope to see you all again next week. All right. Have a good night, everybody.